Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite shows right now, and when you win an award at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards or Anime of the Year, you know it has to be a good one. Basically has everything I could want in a show. It just has a bunch of fighting and then people fly through walls. I mean, what more could you ask for? No, but actually, guys, I think one of my favorite things about the show is actually how likable the characters are. I think each character has its own little gimmick, and they're honestly pretty funny and unique in their own way with their power system and just their personalities clash together. It's really enjoyable to watch. I think the main cast is great, and when they introduce characters later on, I think they're all super funny and they're all like crazy in their own way, and I love it. Honestly, I don't want to go into too spoilers and talk about everyone, but the best one had to be when he meets Toto and they have the little interaction. It's probably one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in a while. I love all of them. They're great. Maybe that's not even true because I think Gojo is probably one of the coolest characters in like any show I've ever seen. There's just something about him that makes you love him, and just his personality, his carefree attitude, and how strong he is. And just everything about him is just great. Even though all the villains are pretty great, the clash of personalities between Sukuna and Yuji, I'm sure is going to be great to watch in the future. And then the villains that come later on are kind of unique, so to say, in their own little way, so I can't wait to see more of them. I think one of the other interesting things about the show is how much it reminds me of Naruto. I mean, the characters are kind of similar in a way. You have a mellowed out Sasuke and a more useful Sakura. Then you have a Kakashi who wants to cover his eyes instead of his mouth this time. I'm not really complaining either because I think Naruto is an iconic show, and the fact that it's similar could mean that it could be just as good as Naruto, if not better, which I'm hoping for because the show so far has already gone pretty good. I mean, and in the end of the day, it's actually not that much similar, though it kind of is with just the main cast, but unless Yuji's like, I want to become the sorcerer master or something like that, and that becomes his main goal, I mean, then would be like, maybe this is looking like a bit like Naruto, but for now, he just wants to help people and do the right thing, which I can't complain, so it's good overall. But we'll just have to see how it goes. I have super high hopes for the show, and I mean, Naruto being finished, it's nice to have something replace it, other than that other show we don't really talk about, but I have super high hopes for the show, like I said, and I'm super excited to see what they do with the following seasons. And those are just some of my thoughts about Jujutsu Kaisen. I did want to keep the video spoiler free, so I didn't go into too much detail. I could have went on and on about the different fights and all that crazy stuff that happens, but I might do that later on. But for now, just wanted to say that the show is good, and if you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch it for sure.